Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to see class 10th English medium subject History and Political Science, chapter 1st Historiography Development in the West. We are going to solve the exercise of this chapter. Let's start. Question first A. Choose the correct option from the given options and complete the sentences. First sentence. It may be said that Dash was the founder of modern historiography. And the options are Voltaire, René Descartes, Leopold Ranke, Karl Marx, and the correct answer is Voltaire. Now we have to complete the sentence. It may be said that Voltaire was the founder of modern historiography. Second sentence. Dash wrote the book entitled Archaeology of Knowledge. And the options are Karl Marx, Michael Foucault, Lucien, Febvre, Voltaire. And the correct option is Michael Foucault. Complete sentence. Michael Foucault wrote the book entitled Archaeology of Knowledge. Question first B. Identify the wrong pair in the following. Correct it and rewrite. Here they have given us 4 pairs. Out of it, 3 pairs are right, correct, and one of them is wrong. We have to find out the wrong pair, and after finding the wrong pair, we have to correct it and write it. And the 4 pairs are: first, George William Friedrich Hegel, Reason in History. Second, Leopold von Ranke, The Theory and Practice of History. Third, Herodotus, The Histories. Fourth, Karl Marx, Discourse on the Method. Out of these 4 pairs, the wrong pair is Karl Marx, Discourse on the Method, and the correct pair is Das Kapital. Second question. Explain the following concepts. First, dialectics. According to Hegel, grasping the meaning of any event happens in terms of 2 direct opposites. Human mind cannot understand the true nature of that event without understanding the opposites, for example, true false, good bad, etc. In order to understand the true nature of a thing, one needs to know both true and false. Similarly, good and bad. This method of analysis, which is based on the opposites, is known as dialectics. In this method, a theory is proposed at the beginning, which is called thesis. Then another theory is proposed which is contrary to the thesis. It is called antithesis. After a thorough logical discussion of the both, a new thesis is proposed, which includes the gist of both the thesis and the antithesis. This process of arriving at the new thesis is called synthesis. Second concept, Annales School. At the onset of the 20th century, a new school of historiography arose in France, which is known as Annales School. Annales School gave a new direction to history writing. It was recognized now that history is not only about the political events, kings, great leaders, and accordingly politics, diplomacy, and wars, but also about the climate, local people, agriculture, trade, technology, means of communication, social divisions, and their collective psychology, etc. In the historical times, the Annales School was started by French historians. Third question, Explain the following with its reason. Certain sentences are given. We have to explain it with the reasons, with proper reasons, appropriate reasons, suitable reasons. First sentence: historical research was driven to focus in depth on various aspects of women's life, and the reasons are: there was a lot of dominance of male perspective on historical writing. Simon de Beauvoir, a French scholar, insisted on inclusion of women's perspective in historiography. She emphasized on the inclusion of women in the process of writing history and on rethinking of the male dominated perspective of history. Because of her efforts, historical research was driven to focus in depth on various aspects of women's life, like their employment, their role in trade unions, institution working for their cause, and their family life. Second sentence: Foucault called his method the archaeology of knowledge. Michael Foucault argued that the prevailing practice of arranging historical events in a chronological order is not right. He drew attention to the fact that archaeology does not strive to reach the ultimate historical truth but attempts to explain various transitions in the past. Foucault felt that explaining the transitions in history is more important. He called his method the archaeology of knowledge. Fourth question: answer the following in 25 to 30 words. First question: what is historiography? Answer: the writing of critical historical narrative is called historiography. The following steps are helpful in writing historical narrative. Information related to history is collected and analyzed. To understanding the references regarding time and space in the given information, relevant questions are framed related to these historical references. After examining the references of the information, it is critically examined. This way of critically examining information helps in writing historical narrative. Second question: what did Rene Descartes insisted upon? French philosopher Rene Descartes insisted on the following in writing historiography: never to accept anything for true till there is any scope for doubt. Hence, the reliability of a source like the document should be verified while writing history. Third, why is Voltaire said to be the founder of modern historiography? According to Voltaire, along with objective truth and chronology of historical events, considering social traditions, trade economy, agriculture, etc., was also equally important in historiography. It gave rise to the thought that understanding all aspects of human life is important for history writing. Thus, it is said that Voltaire was the founder of modern historiography. Fifth question: complete the concept chart. Here a web chart is given, web diagram is given. We have to complete it. In the center point of web diagram, there is notable scholars in Europe. So we have to write four notable scholars in Europe. Out of these four, there is Rene Descartes, Voltaire, Leopold von Ranke, Karl Marx. Sixth question: answer the following in detail. First question: explain Karl Marx class theory. According to Karl Marx, History was not about abstract ideas, it was about living people. Human relationships are shaped by the fundamental needs of people and the ownership as well as nature of prevalent means of production to meet those needs. The accessibility of these means to different strata of the society may not be equal. This inequality causes a division of the society into classes, leading to the class struggle. According to Marx, human history is the history of class struggle as the class that owns the means of production economically exploits the rest of the classes. Second question: what are the four characteristics of modern historiography? Four main characteristics of modern historiography are: first, its method is based on scientific principles. It begins with the formation of relevant questions. Second, these questions are anthropocentric. It means that these questions are about the deeds of the members of ancient human societies of a particular period. History does not suggest any interrelation between the divine and human deeds. Answers to these questions are supported by reliable evidence. And fourth, history presents a graph of mankind's journey with the help of past human deeds. Third question: what is feminist historiography? Feminist historiography means the restructuring of the history from the perspective of women. The writings of Simone de Beauvoir helped in establishing the fundamentals of feminism. The feminist historiography emphasized not only on the inclusion of women in history but also on the rethinking of the male dominated perspective of history. It drove historical research to focus in depth on various aspects of women's life, such as their employment, their role in trade union institutions, working for their cause, their family life, etc. In the historical writings after 1990, women were portrayed as an independent social class. Fourth question: explain Leopold von Ranke's perspective of history. Leopold von Ranke's perspective of history. Historical research should be done in critical manner. He also stated that all types of original documents related with the historical event should be examined in detail and with great care. He believed that with this method it was possible to reach the historical truth. There should be no imaginative narration in writing history. Here we have solved the exercise of first chapter. If you want to watch the similar videos, subscribe our channel, like our videos, share among your friends. If you have any query, any suggestion, any information, or want to write and reply, then write it in comment box. Thanks for watching this video till the end. Thank you. Thanks a lot.